Renee, I'm back. So, this is me going back on my word. I said in the last book that will be my last of the year. I didn't know I was getting some books for Christmas. I thought, well, I can do that next year. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna film a Christmas book haul. Call it me giving up of peer pressure. Call it me just want to do book haul again. Call it whatever you want. This is my Christmas book haul. So, yeah. In other words, these are books I got for Christmas. Two of them are books I got myself, but I got them around Christmas, so it works. It is. It is. I'm not gonna listen to you argue. Okay, let's go. So the first is Split Second by Casey West. It's actually one of her few non-contemporary books. It's a series duology. This is the second book where the protagonist, well, all the people, well, most of the people in this series have special abilities, and it's like think X-Men. It's like a kind of like X-Men-ish. It's not full of as fantasy. It's more like X-Men. Like some people evolved to getting special abilities, and the main character in this series, she can actually look into the future, or like whatever choice she makes, she can look what happened if she did that, what happened if she does that. So she knows that if she walks into the bookstore on Monday, that she'll meet the love of her life. But she also knows that if she goes into cafe on Tuesday, she'll meet the enemy of her life, or etc. etc. But I'll always like, at least in the first book, even though she made a choice, the other choice was mixed into it. So it's never too late. And yeah, it was really fascinating and good. This is the second book in the duology, and I'm really excited to get to it. Well, why else would I have it? But sometimes you buy books because you're curious. But this one, I know it's gonna be great. Read the first one, read lots of Casey West books. Really looking forward to this one. Sorry. I thought I'd kick the cold, and then I came back again today. But I'm stubborn. Then we have a non-fiction book, How Not to Be a Boy by Robert Webb. If you're what is the word I'm thinking of? If you're observant, you might know Robert Webb, the word, the name. Well, Webb is also a word. Yeah. This is him as a child, and this is him now. He's a prolific-ish British comedian. He's done lots of sketches with skits with David Mitchell. He's also been on a lot of panels, and yeah, like the Peep Show. He's been on that. Well, he made that, so yeah. I really like his style and comedic style. And yeah, he made this book about the gender role of him being a boy. How until he was 18, 19, everyone told him, man up, be tough, etc., etc. And then his dad died at 19. People said, why aren't you crying? But until that point, he hadn't been allowed to cry. So then he started thinking about why men can't have feelings or be emotional. So this is about the gender role of a male and the male stereotypical roles you have to fit into. So that's interesting, really. Often you get books focusing on how the roles that the boxes that females are fit into, like are put into, like you have to be soft, you have to be romantic, you can't be angry, etc., etc. This is about how to be a boy, or how not to be a boy. So yeah, can't wait for this one. Then you have another Kiss West book. Surprise, surprise. Well, maybe not. Listen to Your Heart by Casey West. It's got a very summary cover. Words. This is about a character who starts a podcast. And yeah, she's usually shy, but she starts a podcast, and that makes her outgoing, explores a new side of herself. So yeah, I'm thinking I might do this, read this one in the summer because summery feelings from this one. Though I might pick it up in March. Who knows? Then we have Georgia Peaches and Other Forbidden Fruits. This one is a lesbian romance. It's about, actually not sure what it's about. I just know it's lesbian romance, and I want to read more lesbian romances. I want to read more queer in general, but I feel like a lot of the big queer books are focused on gay relationships. Simon, and you have the Adam. What's his last name again? The author Adam something. He writes gay, and then yeah, you have a lot of gay focuses. So I think it's fun to read more about the female, queer experience. So that's what I'm gonna do. I actually have a side note. Cheese. I actually have, well, not cheese. Now you'll get a view of my next year reading, because I just made a goal of reading a minimum one queer book each month next year, and then in for June I'll be reading only queer books. Like, it's not like I'll be only reading romances in June, but I might like read a fantasy with queer character or something like that. So yeah, that's my plan for next year. And then we have The Dinner List by Rebecca Searle. Searle? How do you pronounce Searle in English? Searle? I'm not sure. It's the author behind blah 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 blah. What is her other books? It's the author behind what? She wrote that book. That was, I don't remember. Anyway, she's written young adult before. This is her first adult book. It came out last year, 2 years ago. I'm not completely sure. Anyway, the idea is, the whole concept of you getting asked the question of, if you could invite anyone to a dinner party, who would you invite? Fictional and real and dead and alive. So this is about a 30-year-old female. It's about Sabrina, a New Yorker, and she has a dinner list, and she one day she wakes up and discovers all the people on her dinner list arrive. So Audrey Hepburn and her ex and her grandma who's dead and other people. So yeah, well, this is going to be very interesting to read. I'm very curious about this one. Thinking it's going to be very good. It's not huge, so yeah, and it's got very nice cover, isn't it? Very nice colors on the cover. I like the color matches. Yeah. Behind the scenes drama. Yeah, I'll just do that later. And then yesterday I went to a library sale and I got this one. Yesterday, yeah, I think yesterday. Doesn't matter. It's the Mauritius Command by Patrick O'Brien. Patrick O'Brien is the author behind what's it called? Oh, at least I think this is part also. It's a part of the it's a huge adult um kind of sea adventure series. It's all about a historical series about a captain in the British Navy. I'm thinking Captain Jack Aubrey. So yeah. Um. Oh, cool. Yes, this in the beginning. Fun. So yeah. After saw it after the library sale, I thought, you look fun. You're cheap. I'm buying it. And also, I've been kind of curious about Patrick O'Brien. So now I'm gonna try to get them. Who and anyone wants to guess when I'll get to him? But I own him, so I will get to him. Or I'll just give it out to another charity. No, I probably will get to it. Da 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 da. red, white, and royal blue. Actually, a bit fun story. Yeah, I'm saying it. Like last year, like always, even though before I've been a YouTube, I've been a huge reader all my life. So I'm always looking at what's coming. So I'm always on Goodreads looking at a list of books for the next year and stuff. So I knew this was going out before it was coming. Then I was like kind of thinking, that sounds fun. But it wasn't high on my radar. And then in May when it came out, like everyone raved about it. It was so good. And I took like a close look, like, oh, it's a very nice cover. And then I said, you know what? I want to read it. Of course, by then everyone had pre-ordered it. Everyone had already bought it. So from like May to like October, it was sold out everywhere. And then in October, I saw it. Well, I didn't see it. I see well, like it was on like we're going to start reprinting. So I ordered in for it, and it arrived on Friday. It's here. And this one, actually, since I'm so anticipating this one, I'm actually highly prioritizing it. So I'm planning to read it next week. So this will be one of my last book reads of this year. Well, books as well. I'm actually going away for New Year's to a friend's house. I'm traveling by train, 8 hours. So I'll get lots of reading time in that time done, back and forth. So yeah, really, really excited for this one, as you could imagine. Then you have actually one of the few Norwegian books on air. Sorry. Well, it's not Norwegian in original, but it's a Norwegian translation. Adventsgaven by Jenny Gladwell. Originally, the original title is A Gift in December. I suppose that fits very much. I don't know. I suppose like if you love Second World War, if you're Norwegian, you might think like, oh, I think I know what this is. But if not, you probably don't know. But anyway, it's based on the thing that in the Second World War, Norway was occupied by the Germans. But we also a lot of Norwegians went to England to help with the resistance. They help with the resistance in Norway or resistance in general. So after the Second World War, every year the Norwegians have given London a big Christmas tree as a thank you for helping us during the Second World War. So this is about a British journalist traveling to Oslo to cover the Christmas tree, and romance and stuff ensue. I like this cover. I like this idea. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna buy it. Sorry. And then we have Adam Hill's biography, Best Foot Forward. I suppose I feel like often booktube is often very much um focused on North America. So it's a lot of Canadians, a lot of Americans, United States people. Canadians are Americans as well. You do, they are. But anyway, this some might not know who this is, but this is I was about to say British. Maybe you could claim he is now, but anyway, he's originally Australian. He's been living in Britland. Yep. He's been living in England for around 20 years, I think now. So he's a stand-up comedian, but he's also a host of a news show, The Last Leg. I'll link it in doobly-doo. And this is his biography. He's actually, because you might think, best foot forward. What is it called that? He actually was born with only one leg. So one of his legs are artificial. So he has the insight of a person with a disability. Well, he has a disability, even though you can't see it on him. Like he's not in a wheelchair, but he has a disability. So this is a biography of his life. I'm really excited to get through this one. It's very, very funny. I think at least often. You know what? I'll link to stuff in in the doobly-doo, and then you get to see how funny it is, and he's got great insight also. So Adam Hills, so funny. And yeah, just a little so you know, I actually have plans to read more nonfiction. I read a bit more nonfiction this year than normal. I did nonfiction in November. I plan to keep on reading nonfiction, so this is also a nonfiction, as you see, biography. So it's part of that one. It's part of that plan. But also, I want to read it. So it's not just for those purposes. It's not just because I want to force myself to read more nonfiction. It's because I'm interested in this one. And yeah, I won't force myself to read stuff. I'll read stuff because I want to read them. We have almost finished. The Field Guide to North American Teenager by Ben Philippa. This came out in 2019. It's a story about a Canadian who moves to United States, so he has to figure out all the rules and how like figure out the rules and the ways of United States high school life. I saw this on list from Epic Reads, but then I saw the author on an Epic Reads video saying he loved Gilmore Girls. So then I thought, you know what? I want to read your book. But also, I think it was Angie Thomas who said this was one of the favorite books of the year, and it was very funny. Almost, and it was very funny. And it says also on the blurb here, no, on the is that called a blurb or summary? No, it's a blurb. That was one of the most funniest books of the year, and I love funny books. Need fun in my life, so this one, all the people say it's very funny. So yeah, definitely looking forward to this one. So if this one turns out to be boring or not that funny, yeah, my expectations are so high now. So Ben Flipper, you better be funny. Anyway, this one, even though it's a 2019 release, it's just a few. I was about to say 1 week. It's just a few days left of the year, so probably won't get to this in 2019. But I actually plan to get this in January of next year. A sneak peek of that TBR. I have A Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy. I love this series. I've kind of been hesitant on getting this so far because I'm not very fond of hardcovers. But then I thought, yeah, I want this. And like, I've been actually becoming less mad about hardcovers lately. As you see, the last few books here are hardcovers. And hey, sometimes you can use hardcovers as book support, like for all the paperbacks. Put paperbacks in the middle and hardcovers. Ah, and yeah. Anyway, really looking forward to this one. Uh, yeah, I love this series. The next one is coming out next year, and yay! And then we have Ink, Iron, and Glass by Gwendolyn Clare. This is actually if have you read Inkheart? Have you read Circle Viewers like you're all one person, all with one mentality? Well, anyway, this is kind of the same concept as Inkheart, where characters can write stuff and then it becomes reality. So that's very fun. So it's about the power of writing. It's fantasy, but it's kind of slightly based on historical Italy. So that's fun and beautiful cover. Our best weapons are words. Is a blurb. So yeah, very very excited for this one. So nice. And yeah, that is all my books that I got for Christmas myself, or just got. And well, I suppose small caveats. I actually did explaining time. I got I'm supposed to get. I don't think I actually got yet. But I'm getting money from my mom to buy books. So a few of these were from that money, and a few I actually ordered online. So some are still on the way. But that end up in the January book haul because I'm posting it and I'm filming it now. Anyway, that's all the books I got. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you got lots of good books. Have you read any of these? Did you get lots of fun books? Comment comment down below, and see you later. Bye.